Man, so I just want to start. I'm talking about rotations and how you're rotating in with Trey and Joe, and just what's your mindset when you're not playing every snap on the offensive line?
I mean, it was one of those things that Coach McNell was very clear about from the minute he got here, that he wanted to find as many guys that he felt could play at the same at a high level. He calls it like the group 1A, 1B, and he's like, I want to try and have a rotation. We play at a higher tempo. We're gonna go quicker. So if I can keep everybody more fresh, that's what I'm gonna do. So I already kind of, like, in a way, knew it was gonna happen for like a long time. So I just take advantage of it. Sometimes it's a little weird when you're in like the middle of the drive. You're like, all right, like next time I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna, like, you have some in your head, and like, all right, actually next time I'm not going out. But other than that, I mean, I just try and take advantage of it to the best I can. Just get my breath back, get ready to go, and try and attack the next drive.
You talked about Coach McNell too. Before the game, does he kind of break that down for you, like how much you're going to play, what the snap distribution is going to be like? Do you kind of know that before going in or no?
Not like specifics, like in terms of like drive, like what drive number you're going in.
Yeah.
He just normally goes by trying to have an equal rep count across the 3 guards.
Okay.
That's normally what he does. So, say I'm in there, you'll see sometimes like I'll be in there for like a few long drives, and then say I'll go out for a drive or two to try and even back up, things like that.
For sure.
Yeah, nothing like specific. It's more about just trying to keep an even rep count.
And man, is it hard for you to stay dialed in when you're coming in, you're coming out, you're coming in? Like, is it hard to get locked in when that's what's happening?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
I mean, I'm still out there, and then sometimes it's in a weird way. It's nice, and because like when a guy like Jake Renfro, a guy who knows a lot about football, been around the game forever.
Sure.
I can trust his opinion a lot. What I'll do normally when I go off on the sideline, I'll go up to him and be like, hey, anything you see, anything about me, anything about the defense. Try and just, sometimes you're in the field, a lot of things are happening quick.
Right.
Maybe you're not recognizing certain things or recognize you're doing a certain thing. And sometimes the guy giving you that perspective helps. So, I mean, also when you're just out there playing the game, you're competing.
Right.
If you're that easily knocked out of focus, I mean, I think you might have a few other problems.
Sure. Of course, yeah.
Like I said, just trying to take both advantage of it.
Do you ever get like, oh man, I'm really starting to heat up, I'm starting to feel good, and then you wish you didn't have to come out, you're like, oh, now they're taking me out for this drive. Do you have moments like that, or is it just all part of the game flow?
I mean, it's been like that for every game, so it's kind of like it's part of the game. But at the end of the day, too, there's always been moments where you kind of feel like a dog on a leash a little bit. But at the same time, there's also like, remember there was a time where we had a 15 or 16 play drive. Defense did a 3 and out, and guys are still tired. And while I would go in there, I think I still play at a very high level. There's the aspect where you're like, all right, get my breath back and be fresh. Okay. So, I mean, there's both. It's a double-edged sword there. So.
And, Joe Huber's also been part of the rotation at guard too. So how have you seen him approach that, throughout the season?
Joe's a guy that's always had a good mindset really about everything. Okay. So, I mean, it's hard to really phase him. We always joke about how, like, you really can't, like, you can say anything, you can put him really in any situation, he's pretty much going to look at it the same way. So I think it's kind of, while I'm not in his head, I think it's also one of those things, it's he's a competitor and he's going to get after it, and he's not really going to let much phase him, and he's just going to take what he's given and go with it.
And I know you guys are dealing with the injury to Jake, obviously, but has the coaching staff, like, I don't know, given you maybe any time frame for, like, how long you guys are going to keep rotating at guard, or is that just something you approach on a week-to-week basis?
Nothing in like specifics. I mean, I think it's just like if it keeps. I think it's one of those things that keeps working. Yeah, they're going to keep doing it, and if it somehow causes a problem in the future, it isn't working, and then I guess they might go back to the drawing board. But to my knowledge, I mean, it's something that's probably going to continue. So
you've been playing exclusively right guard.
Yep.
Correct? Do you feel comfortable flipping to the other side? Have you done that?
Yeah. So I mean, like, I always tell everybody, it's when you're playing guard, it's very similar. Obviously, you're doing very similar things. I always say, at least give me one practice.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Give me one practice of just making sure you're feeling it, feeling the sets. And like if they told me today, hey, we're gonna have you playing a little bit of left too, I think I'd have enough time with tomorrow's practice and like full pad practice tomorrow and then some more practices. I think I'd be fine by the time I got into the game. But I think I might be a little bit different if I was to be like, hey, game time, you haven't taken any left-hand sets or like anything, but you're at left. But the day, I think I'm confident. Just
Yeah.
give me a few reps and I'll be all right.
There we go. And so what is that biggest difference? So is it the footwork? Is it
It's more about just like your body
Okay.
and like terms of like your hips are a big part of like
yeah.
being an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
So sometimes your like body's kind of like gets used to being in certain positions, and then like I said, we have a very fast offense, so it's very much like you hear a play and you instantly kind of like a flashcard. You know, you see the play, instantly know what's on the other side, and just like you're like, all right, instead I'm on the opposite side now. I got to know the inverse. So yeah, I mean, just difference more with your body, like your past sets, making sure you're confident. You're starting with off like you have left-handed more as your more dominant hand on your left side, or clearly right side.
Right.
Just small little things.
Okay. And man, so if I'm not mistaken, you're in your 6th year with the program.
Yep.
Is that correct? So, 6th year. Are you happy with the workload that you're getting this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm confident every game that whatever they give me, I'm going to take advantage of. So if I got 50 reps, I'm going to make sure I make those the best 50 reps. And if I got 70 reps, I'm going to make the most of those. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if they give me more, I'm going to take more. If I get less, but either way, I'm just going to make the most of them, play the best ability I can. And at the end of the day, that's all you really can do. So, I mean, if they want to give, like I said, if they want to give me more reps, I'm ready to do it. If they want to give me less, I mean, obviously, you never want to take less, but I mean, I also know I'm going to be able to handle really whatever's thrown at me in those situations.
All right, thanks, Michael.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time, man.
Thank you.